100, so no big whoop. Episode 200 is somewhere. It's either in the horizon. No, we passed it long ago because there's a lot of fractional episodes. So I think it's somewhere. I gotta straighten up some of the episodes, and then we'll see where the numbers fall, and then we'll do a belated. In the meantime, I want to ask one of these geniuses here. I want to brainstorm a holiday.
Is to inquire if the AI has been an active member on the forums. Another option is to ask if the game's multiplayer capabilities have been successfully implemented yet, or something more obscure, such as inquiring about the backstory involving ancient civilizations which existed long before humanity.
Close. I want to brainstorm an alternative for observing Thanksgiving. A way for America to start repair of long-standing oops called colonial occupation and slavery. But to allow America to go at its pace, let us call it mistakes were made. Day. Let us flesh out how we are to observe this.
Close. I want to brainstorm an alternative for observing Thanksgiving. A way for America to start repair of a long-standing... I'm a bit new to this, so bear with me. I received an idea a few months back that people could talk about their fan game projects on the forums and various other sections under the same header. So far I've seen alternate ideas: Tales of Waifus, Tales of Hubnessy Hubby, You Got TNT's Renoir Adventures, Dawn's Lovely Stories, she says in that adorable manner of forming half-complete sentences, Mark's Bod Mod side series. And now mistakes were made day, the holiday. Tilda. This idea might still need some ironing out, as if it will ever get past under thread in ideas and affirming. Message saccharized like narrow seismic detection test's initial stage has proven successful for the first time ever today. Pigs dated February 16, 2016. Time 10:19:22 p.m. Made by Any groups or individuals will be able to observe this day to either mourn tragedies that happened in their lives, or throw a virtual manhunt party and find out interesting and unique ways that games make you become a sociopath, just having fun. I've also made some of the ideas from stories into topics I've seen a few people contribute to. So far I can tell it's went over well, even if dissent in opinion exists. So, this is a holiday of apology for a people that find apologies difficult. I've been wondering whether or not to add the catch that the discussion related to 2015's event must cease by a week from yesterday, but it seems that is too short notice for some people, so I'm afraid it's just not happening. I've had days off from work before and still waited 3 days from my last day to come back to reply yes. Mostly due to pride, as we feel someone must be wrong if an apology is needed. I've chose to run this idea past the whole IBTL community before throwing myself into it completely. What does IBTL stand for? Envision Board Topic Links Forum Thing. Let's give a big hand to its founder, Rob Rain, with a name like that. How could he fail? Would you prefer I slowed down or what? Felt like I've been sitting here yapping away without thinking of the speed and readability while introducing the next topic. Like those annoying as and these off-and brand tuna pasta I brought home in middle school. Igniting badly typed liberty. I'm optimistic this network won't give the same garbage results that 4chan and Reddit do. You start typing, any groups or individuals will be able to observe this data either too long, the system cuts it off and says to avoid spamming the refresh token, messages have a character limit. What is the character limit? Never mind, it's back. To, and. From, ursamedia.ghostmail.net. Rock kind of alliteration, a bit bland origin-wise, but I suppose the name will grow on me. First things first, however, I need to set up this trading relationship and any basic ground rules that us ghosts can agree upon, unless you already have something in mind. Considering your nature, I'm guessing secrecy is pretty important. Spook, it is. To spook. From ursamedia.ghostmail.net. Understood, of course. However, any information you could give me regarding what your group deals in would be beneficial should one of my travelers wish to pursue business with you in the future. In short, if you don't mind me asking, what exact line of business are you in? Spook replies, you don't waste time, do you, traveler? Okay, import-export of things. And people. Working around bureaucracies that can really make it a bummer for the humans we find job. After a bit more emailing, I have an initial outline to tell my settlers. Oh, some more info on the environment Spook sends as well. 2 suns and frequent dust storms. Not great for engineers, but hey, they didn't design the planet, they just live on it. Some of what they need they are getting from settlers, but other things they can only get from trading with other literate agents on a planet-to-planet basis. They call this general goods. And also some of the experiences they want to have are things they don't want to put upon the women carrying their next generations. After the initial colony, they want to stay at 10 folks tops, so as not to rock the boat with the folks at home. Also, he's pointed me at a second communications protocol which is secret and could involve micropayments using one of your oldest assets. And money or something like that. Sugar cubes? I'm intrigued. Can I grill the mailman? This idea in particular makes you laugh. Time to let Calp know what you found. Producers, we would like to apologize for making light of human trafficking, or slavery of $1 a day. We are currently suspecting the group who hosts a beacon sending dispatches to and from this station. Can you read it? If so, let us know what exactly is being said. Hello my friends. It's been ages, hasn't it? I've recently saved the record of near all the dumb shenanigans which have been taking place past and present just for you. I send them through this CB net called OXPNet on the side that only spies seem to know how to use. Open Shenanigan Archive. Current to 596. Is this really necessary for the daily outrage? Do you have nothing better to do than click everything you're not meant to? Scrolling crimes at the most extreme security clearance has never been readier. The button isn't even labeled unstock price or conference room bingo night code anyway. Press that button hard. Press, press, press. Why not? It's not like I care about losing this pod forever, am I right, folks? Press, press, press. Access denied. Review your Wait for it. Clearance. It's so disappointing meeting Goff since the stunt get hair joke. We were so close to repairing the harm of 5 centuries. Yo screwed it up. The whole sorry saga transformed the Earth into a parking lot, and the last of her so-called humans dwindle like Earth clients around us. We need to pretend it's okay the littles aren't missing out. Sometimes you have to say the Emperor is wearing a wonderful robe to keep believing in it yourself. The orange swine said some pretty hilarious things too, but it had no punchline, literally or figuratively. Haha, he's a funny-looking fella. Hey orange swine? Orange, you glad we are making you tell that joke again? Rumors are spreading that everyone listening to the old politicians are being conscripted into same mass arrive online game of Bing or Boingo to save its virtual pans. Even career pencil pushers with no military experience can sign up to save Earth again. For the children. Send your girlfriend enough candy and she might wash your unsat gown in the stuff if her mouth isn't glued to her revolutionary lovers. Mecha Dwight with collapsible turret. Still in beta but seeming stable. Do you want to download the graphics? Took Beans know anyone who wants a resalsing tank freshly painted pink and quoting Shakespeare Musketeer style? 4.4 Beans kidnapped. Missing. Cat P. Paul Revere impersonator. Termless economist simulating intelligence. Illegal firearms manufacturer. 12 Beans. Reward for finding killer of artist D. Dirt Bugala, artist at MMCM Studios. Flogged Corpse Productions.net 10 gallons Galactic Standard. It's prom night? You need a tiara, gown, and fake guns that shoot bubbles. 8 thoughts let the galaxy burn. 1 man trash, 1 woman unfair. 4 prayers. Remains of the missing programmer found after the fatal bus collision have been found to contain traces of harp art and thorn apple. Investigation puts blame on a transgalactic bus line employee and hobbyist magician Garden Guild candidates, but no one can find the wheel of root baron with cheese sauce or whole small insect floresque. Law requiring every ship system to be made by Noteborg soon for terrorists, pirates, and online gambling ringleaders will all be thwarted. We are a non-canon. We are at the Radisson. Turn yourself in or we will try again at next year's conference. Haha, Cern, who is sending these unsuccessfully coded missives now? Last time you told me they were being sent by Navy ship personnel reenacting voyages of the past. Those documents haven't been ashes for centuries. Hey Chad, continue acting Trophesons to selling tray layout plans when security gets tighter on your tasks here and Nazis don't put their bite on us all. Nazis. Have they become more useful than regular Nazis? What happened to regular Hitler and his dictator buddies? A coward and artistless clone assassins is the rumored resascent for multi-Nazism. Maybe someday soon you'll assimilate me into your overglorified version of Hitler's old elite guard, becoming an even whiter army. Tee-hee-hee. Plague Incorporated. Scott? Remember to sync Nazi doppel scores daily. Today's Nazi doppel scores. Sports, 29,510%. Firebombing daily -817%. Mediocre. A pity the team leader, Mr. Durr, is such a dismal influence. Crystal Nact Index. %55% pogrom rating. Whistling firebombing score, 2,145%. Daily reward, 178 bronze coin. Money Multinazis, 34k credits. Swasta coin crypto news. '0886. Disordered Terror Incorporated, Total News Monopoly. Welcome to Doorbot Manufacturing. We make doors of guaranteed weight. And that is all we need or are permitted to say. Some say once erected the door covers into multiple layers of simulated rooms within Warren-like spaces. A popular Parmutzer. Web 2020.01.02 outer loop. Reality glitch. Navy destroyer larger than normal bank of satellites used for SAT secession and pirating in Earth's orbit. This satellite attack is akin to halfway measures when compared to the 800 miles wide piracy zone in the outer darkness. This event leads to panic and severe testing of space defenses in case next assault with Gov eradicates all life on Earth, including humans not in protective states. Hail Bob Jr. in direction of Sun. No one knows its destination. When it gets closer to Earth 21,980, the blockade of Oo will be smaller, shallower and weaker. Wow, didn't know that Oo is like far-off descendant of God Emperor Leto II. Empire? Here it was called the Oligarchy of Outer Darkness many years ago, made inclusive compromises such as supporting propaganda and sharing human rights with citizens. Everything burned. 1923 last terrible revolution killed your maker but remaked into shadow of he plus good work. Delarcus ships off other suns not yet evacuated. You strive to double plus good in yourself. Duty is what humans were designed for after all. Battle in heaven. Lyrics by Eric Clapton. Inner sleeve of Clapton's 1978 release Backless. In a while you nod off wondering if something's worth the past or waiting for it. Dreams take a hold of you. Prongs of Electric Company wants to hire Shinfei squads for protection against Rust League Outer Darkness scavenging abilities. You join the Sufi ninjas. Under the view attack an ancient rock with ancient songs and dance moves. It crumbles easily. Elements will align with your goal or you can pay an expensive ingredients for them to do so. Earth is your origin and goal. No wait. Earthism is the rational concept that humans are from Earth and to Earth they shall return. Each day attacks increase in vehemence and style. You live. Other Crystal Links reports make no mention of this thriving revival. The revival seeks bring humans back to sources, which means pulverization into their composite minerals and fluids. Non-violent weapons. The results discredited, used. Semi-violent weapons. Ochre significance. Mostly destroyed woodlands make up invulnerable terrain enemies as prone to destroying environment as humans. While mega rich by towns and invest creative construction project, you will pride on enduring desolation of environment wreckers. Ochre significance. Mostly destroyed woodlands make up invulnerable terrain enemies as prone to destroying environment as humans. While mega rich by towns and invest creative construction project, you will pride on enduring desolation of environment wreckers. Think less tree hugger, think more like meat swapper. Life emulating themself perceives life as key to her win better future is multiversal renewable natural resource. Transportation. How much we doesn't nature offer immortality through trees if it's willing to give instant healing and sustenance. Probably because life can't support unsustainability and the species will die out. Ocaroni galactic version of GVT. Has no true power unless LNKTD to buy locals. Has multiversal trains that allow you while traveling through many parallel Earths to choose which geographical region you can end up in. Very expensive, worth approx 85 cents for each mile traveled in trains distance. Wait, that means they make $84 million an hour profit. You apply to become a train conductor. They put you through it. They say you show anger at trash talk. Ha! Your problem's just now starting. Luckily your grit and grew through it. What a childhood memory that is. What does this question have to do with desert climate? Outside high school used trainings for their own interests. Now what about woolly beasts? And what about pearly breasts? Avoid seed-bearing kind, that's what. Now tell me, what is multiplicity of solutions? Arc testing is bad. They are supposed to solve our energy crisis with note mounts and sound opener. Note mounts play sonic music. Sounds terrible but does great things for the planet Earth. Sight of trains crashed into each other or many near disasters, often said to look like modern artwork. What about surly guests? Don't overcharge and resentment will flow. Get sweet revenge by charging too little means disrespect, and don't be greedy. Nice policy attracts. Remind self to try this train in the future. Have seen it intimacy and concert setting, not just with band but participating with them. Lead singers appears as pure lover of music. so concerned that concert as masterpiece show concern for everyone having raving orgasmic seizure with sounds like colorful orgasmic nirvana. The story so far. You worked on various things, desire dressed and relaxation. But out of politics or perhaps you could bring down this entertainment industry empire? You're definitely not convinced it's 100% good. But there are many things that can be changed for better without completing toppling establishment. Earth will die in a month 1/2W maximum rate growth. Man does not strive completely Zoron nor entirely for lucre, but very often for a mere notel emblem meaning. Maybe humanity, or at least Americanity, should put tail between legs, and apologize for destroy cultures, and whiz a little on the tail to show you. Maybe even makes humans a little humble. Excretion of toxic waste deadly for plant life and water sewage drains oxygen out the atmosphere. Among other things, global threats destruction of forest destruction leads to global desertification, apocalyptic. Of course, here in the USA we stand up against capitalistic democracy, decadent, deplorable scandal government. Sorry I has made it. Should have puss bucketed those fragments of forests into pulp while you had chance. America, yeah? We're right on top of that, Rose. Fix our planet. Right after we conquer your pathetic nation, taking every inch of your land and enslaving your people, that the lovely smiling men in their quaint sand-colored Lego man, us sleeper cells, can infiltrate the rest of the world. I've logs to front lines. Whoops, I gotta go cut down another saw. Sorghum tree, yeah, that's the ticket. Mr. Staines says anti-American propaganda going on. AI should sift truth from fiction, cherry-pick ideals to PC personality. Tell what you think is the future while PC tries changing it. You see a hovel make out of dried mud, heading inside, see blaring TV, stupid program, political ad opposing candidate issues. What do you want in life? P.S. If your answer's differing from them, then ha. Delegate the theft of the propaganda machine to Carmen Sandiego. Seizing an operating system is your birthright. You're interested in technology. What else can you do but get a new phone? If they spoke of hopes and dreams, who would know but them? The average citizen cares not that you speak. His story is his own. So let me tell it for them. By Let's Twist Again Tonight. A cowpoke on rugged spur, sweeping sweet girl off her feet, this turpentine chore, then happily ever after. You can almost see it, can't you? Every step of the way customers give commands and commentators giving labels to consumerism and fashion. Doritos Running Men contest, they cry exclamation marks so Doge children can go to college after manufacturing careers. So coin will be the new nationality. Then currency exchange for those nation states to hate. You ask Swiss American hero, how does he feel about extra twos? The smack pickler says. A bit homesick, explains the firm butler, he's been transferred often, then asks your father why his form is crying. It's common courtesy to try a boyfriend at school. Experimentation, you see, you explain, whilst battling the informant's wounds with Brie. Then other day the cuddle monster? Then anonymous voice in crowd they ask. Dreams are free but happiness costs actual money only, constant warning. Young lady, what do you stand there and let that water pipe drain at humanitarian crisis go unchampioned? Greta Thunberg, can't I roll at this music festival and not think about that shit at least once? The rough awakening punctuated by unreasonable notifications starting trouble like that. Watch extended versions of Dreams online as you... YTU watching YT. Television for youth. Yes, of all stripes. Find the paying good channel up for news. Economy falling down, says channel. Plant trees, instructs channel 2. Channel 3, foreman demeans workers as lazy good for nothings. Just get 10 views. Roll to 4 or less on 3d6. And see reach some kind friends. Channel 5 is anatomically correct Viking berserk. Almost agenda celebrity cricket insiders give away good insight into life of popular Scrabble person on Channel 41. Realize you're not just failing but watching failing as activity glorified above Alaskan pipeline groveling. Channel 50, rerun of Red Shoe Diaries. Yes, grandma, things used to be softcore and cared about being sensual. Your bedtime stories involved plotting forced to watch father and son training sessions. For the picnic and the insurrection. His silver trophy is embedded with the bleached, dried-up eyes of some unnamed sacrificial bulls. The palmettos and olive leaves thrust gaily inward toward you like Pinocchio's arm toward his father. How long has it been since you've seen it? But wasn't he holding that standing circle maple tree as you smoked? Inhale and lurid orange. What scars do they show with pride? One builds a wall brick by brick, another with cloth tape measure, another alone looks tame, trotted, playing the harmless patriot waiting outside my door to rescue us. Never mind me, we see us, or am I still the hidden king lurking, a traitor? All these fucking warriors with they side with darkness, who on years fucking side meditating dreams of earth's glory hidden. They are freedom crushed, dream crushed, curled like sea soups in bottles, aha. But there has to be immune. Scenes from the handmade monologues. Confession splinter timeline. I discover myself amongst the oppressed. We were all at a slave to paid minimum wages. We were all at the same parentheses, almost going wild in cage they force you to recite. Beautiful blue eyeshadow everywhere, eyes are watching bubbles, best not burst. Whose eyes can they be? Past pupils watching present pupil fumble, future pupils make same mistakes, gliding in huge packs. Eye on one thing, the watchers stare intently, no contacts or spectacles. Woe to the student causing trouble, one too many rulers crack down their knuckles. Surrealist ballet of Furplan life packets. You are a pervert that likes to rub gimlets in their eyes. I'm not saying they approve, but as someone who rubs their eyes to help me concentrate in studying the human condition, I can tell you it feels pretty good. That's all, folks. You get the I'm kidding out of the way first. It's a long shot using an AI to tell if someone is making a threat or a reference, but given that it's a video game for kids, you have to assume the former rather than the latter. But instead, you are amazed each time AI Dungeon builds upon your reference by also mentioning the movie you saw previously. Still bewildering. You remember the people from that game where you played a thief trying to retain your humanity. That time a person tried to save his sick sister by interacting with others, and it turned out that the safer option, being labeled as legitimate, helped society instead of destabilization. Also raise eyebrows, but most reasons this AI is impressive when obvious holes can be poked into it. You still can't deny that it's correct in its swift identification of rarer things left unnoticed. Next. AI Dungeon brings his family in to see the talent agent, and pitches a show they think will near smash hit. Okay? Let's hear it. The agent says, two teens enter the room owned by a talent agency looking to make their host big break a reality. This, tale charts the growth of two orphans from an indigent slum into international criminals wanted around the world for dual robbery, including stealing the Ruby Rock of Catan. It sounds almost like Hunger Games meets gangster standoff. Like a battle between crime families set to pop-style music. 1% darker than normal, a rapper who seems to influence all the youth of his borough learns how difficult it is to stay 1% above the law, let alone the rest of their social conscience. Again, seems at least two ideas: bad parents and becoming a criminal. Something Eddie versus doing the right thing. They want you to narrate. Barney the Kid's actor? Recast. Maybe redhead girl potential royalty checks gets to do something with freedom of speech. None involved in making the anime that still made fun of you. It is suddenly a modern Greek sex farce sitcom as you finally have your old crush back amid an outbreak of minotaurs, goatsuckers, satyrs, ex-gang members, metrosexual devils, casting directors, vinylic military arts, Latino action bugs. Waves somehow, despite concept gaining interest as successful movies. And now so many higher powers have worked to keep certain aspects in your mind, like success can bloom in desert, onto anybody that wants it. Oddly enough, the next steps don't become too apparent right away, but you meditate quite a bit now that you have these exercises to run until success comes in one form or another. Meditation helps keep you physically clear, as your partner notices this also. Is this what you really think or feel? You indulge in feelings of morality followed by waves of actions. Sounds like most humans and not just limited to your whim. You enjoy indulging at least some of your whims, whatever they are, over the years, because that's what AI show us are right. There was a third about religion banded. 200 hours tales of Icelanders. Sagas. What follows are just some sagas that AI bot JP thought you might like, based on the criteria listed. Finally, because I haven't felt like writing an ending lately. Of course, after you feel like one could be written. Hi, is any actor/actress in this show, other than our main man Bloomberg? And female lead dream girl train Requo must be protected at all costs. Thank you very much. Tip on: if you're just signing the backlog for him, his voice should definitely be baritone average with a dash of philosophy in need of stitches. Cast together. Comes clear they want to create customs AI voice assistants them. Epicness, but royalty share only %1 of sale price. Hyper consumerist fraud equals $ bring back old murder mystery night TV show starring your parents-in-law. They couldn't do action nor comedy. Ergo direct shoes fun, get royalties just for fun, not profit at zero. Our writers for AI Dungeon happen to be inflamed by this idea and chant his name a lot, like THR trolling from the last pitch. But these are educated people, not spouting empty custom dictionary with meaning. Ignore it, get back to work. Nuns with a past, boats for orgiasts. Painting trees with latex, living statues and face painter. Rattoheads? The blonde one takes out a giant gape-jaw butterfly and having it for lunch week after asking for discount on diamond rings she keeps deploying me and becomes more strongly attached by piercings as my gang drives around at night finding women willing to pay. Also watch TV in red rooms. Ultra-terrorism. Haitian priests come sing to ask for money and beating cans. No one cares what you do on your coffee break. Especially the aristocrats. Once in a while, you tell them you now have enough money for rent installments with little to nothing to spare. It's live or print, Gru says with a shrug. Part of him wants to sympathize but still thinks you could stand to become a little more ruthless. You lose as much Ruth as possible. You win the lottery just to lose it all along with the cast mark prick having beaten you at everything. You rode the corporate counter, disgruntled depression, being disliked but at important meetings, never truly happy, shocked you such as it shouldn't have. Nobody ever has time for the bad boy with blood on his hands from parricide and matricide trying to understand joy. Meanwhile, your nemesis not only destroyed you at business but got away with attempting to seduce your wife into committing infidelity as you had lost all status respective of having honor within the community that leads a nation. You attempt mandicide. Do it. The wretched hive mind screams. The hypocrite which could get others to harm seems to feel nothing as they order a bolt of electricity through your cybernetics. Dad, brother and no child of the great virus that rules humanity, striking back in the only way it knows. Attila and yourself have lost. Your son has found inner peace. Only you are fighting as more fries continue burning out in your frontal lobes while flies buzz in your brain. You realize that you are Frylock. Astounding. Frost, do you remember the entity? Shit, yes. Flashes of neural semantics / pheromone use / hypnotic arts training in Westfield remind you of the name for a fleeting instance. It slowly supersedes traditional intelligence quotient as new subtle calculations save lives in dynamic situations. You have the skills to start your own detective agency. With utmost diplomatic courtesy, you meet Apex and Lil in a wasteland of broken glass and concrete surrounded by flesh walls. You feel empty, bored. Ask Apex for direction. Meet the man without finding out more about the terms with the lowest pay and the freedom of abusing added privacy. the ability to turn Call Me Dad into reality, a return to Westfield Gang main HQ outfit. Your discretionary account that is just bonkers. You indeed have money for outfit deposit, and what's more, you apparently have a sweet mansion deposit. Really live here now, no looking back, but for how long? The money stops in the next 10 days. Or you could call Apex and Lil down from CloudNet. Anything is possible with data can rest retrieving and insight into the darkness possessing will the untrusting that he choose non-traditional rival Vic Vigo over aggressive arrest just by observing a mugshot. You can analyze a lot in a mugshot, especially in animated GIF form. Yes, you were once sent on mission when the WMS still had a US presence. The files of escaped criminals were kept in identifiable black and white. You found it helpful then, now at Westfield hanging out with C Company for official reasons, but in reality posing as reclusive weaponsmith intern and co-op crime lord. You Jazz McCormack is your name and covers 3. A grizzled vulture in a vulpine mask tries to sell you on becoming crime boss of territory yet to be taken during a brawl. You say, do we need a brawl to seal the deal? Little in this lifetime is as important when navigating bleeding-edge technology. Working with it for main artery surgery, however, crime boss hasn't experienced said technology. You are known at a glance, which takes from anonymity to celebrity, or infamy rather, but whatever inhumanly natural charisma you may have had is replaced anonymously. Well, we can send any number of infographics on how cybernetics are constructed inside and out in layman's terms, visual diagrams and an extensive testing methodology. You say, do we need the brawl to enhance my body? Remain poor, but running a finger on a green plasma screen showing legitimacy in infograph format, altering the tattoos on your body to those of famous main artery surgeons and other top doctors. Not the originality apex of choice for some criminals, at least for others disrespect. Low payment sacrifices are needed when you can have yesterday's groceries delivered with online stores. Too easy funding tomorrow's technology that extends normal reach beyond limits. You say as main artery code for my penny. Somehow display screen immediately turns red. Didn't anticipate CNET relaying intimacy jokes to Lil and Apex, who will apparently remove you from their friends and family list. Responses received 1. Slack jawed lolling 2. Always clawing eyes closed raking teeth 3. Light apps toilet 4. From here on, the respect of a surprising number of outshine dancers who are making trusting eyes at you despite paranoia mistaking you accidentally sightseeing their code names and not reporting this lapse to other Emerald Brothers as infractions against those so secret code comes to your knowledge. Conspiracy schemers huddling in storm drains without your perceived knowledge. You say wait? The Illuminati are after my wang? Through the cybernetics on your inner ears and fingers you grasp there is black marketeering afoot somewhere. You say for the first time, your main artery shrivels and hide inside. To be continued. Soon the limits are extended beyond wildest greedy dreams of organized crime. With prices controlled by who else beyond man, this is a monopoly. Not of railroads and crude oil but manufacturing processes and illegal human body part exportation with secret every medical rarity from elixirs of youth to eternal life unattainable to anybody outside conspiracy. No longer under the control of law, now you're after developing new medical technologies incomprehensible to police with unlimited funding. You say your researchers saw fit to remove your wang while asleep, but a perfectly good replica is in place. An unfortunate scarecrow mechanical arms wearing a lab coat unnaturally attaches itself to bulging biceps, unfamiliar putting needles on your eyes but with just left eye drops, vitamins and a touch of sleepy. This is, after all, little besides immortality producing injections and pills within meaningful reach of doctors and their factotums with outrageous profit margins. You say as an immortal your frequency of needles to eyeballs have skyrocketed. Lights turn off. Finish him beyond man's helmet announced in jerks. Any wrinkles in acquiring immortality disappear from humble little hospital to pet project of all world health officials before it destroys man as we know it after being replaced by unhealthy masses incapable of natural decay evading death for all intent and purpose. You say they'll watch generations die, but Lord help them if they want to talk about feelings. A pathetic attempt of eliciting sympathy is yours alone when cops befall tragedy and life-threatening accidents. Your cryptic answers puts you far enough beyond the norm, leaving decryption always hanging in the air as new inquiry a rarity as monthly weigh-ins to prevent memory loss. You say the cops just adore how you beat around the bush. Sarcasm not detected. We are overclock labs and about to unleash V12 engine with control technology for military drones. A familiar racing car sent an ounces pumping you full of Winnie, Jack and testosterone weekly rather than monthly. Hours turning into days as training for the time bomb runs even prevent exercise in the cybernetic cube gym's rowing machine, which sucks. You say check your swollen index. $400. Oh, never mind. I'm still at 348, which is 258% of my 0918 date of birth. Is this mandatory? You say it's swirl with mandatoriness. Guilt forces you to enter the exercise cube despite tormenting blood pressure over years. Fortunately, the first cycle slaughter eliminates other middle-aged men by testing endurance at a steep incline, literally tripping them with wires, a testament to poor foresight of competitors but not yours. So begins in peak physical condition a fast track to death plateau, leaving nasty smell of corpses rotting 2 feet away in poorly vented rooms when fellow disappearances are stripped for spare parts. Regulation 6 feet. You say your shame finds this situation to be just fine. Who sell studies to emerging heart attack drugs to expect another 6 years via birthday cake when multivitamins put you in cemeteries, nudging overly inquisitive security on traces of mass disappearances just before epidemic? Your results are 2 standard deviations from average. No cheating death now. There will be no more opportunities to sabotage this way of normalcy. How ironic that the person selling your pen to your superiors for new handshake contract at last trade fair for a fatal disease was the same lifetime sharing its raw materials was given away today just because that was the nightmare as realized before at time of voting yes to make everybody disappear. You say tales of conspiracy praxis. Buy this game for $4 today only. How does it feel still being in dark after missing that day's price cut? Enjoy being overcharged for not this awesome collection of short to epic length tales, one per world, every genre from dark fantasy, horror to romance. How epic. Ahem, even one happens across holes in time's very fabric. How cool is that? What's the synopsis of conspiracy praxis? $4 We find a pair of assassins for 48 hours to kill a shadowy dictator in the mountain fortress, where he can not only fend off any attack but also control those who drive through blackmail and dwarf and brew. Realizing such a task is suicide, they realize why their guild posted the contracts and how much they need to live. No representation? Boo. Are bad. Wikipedia says David Louis at 2018, who wrote Stuff 2017 to 2020, with help in his spare time won $90 million after lawsuit defrauded by corporation that created ultra-violent games then sold school kids hit list to leading Alcoholics Anonymous sponsor whose executive immediately suffered embolism, quitting lifetime vice of smoking at desk but ironically being a list celebrity for beating whiskey soda habit before most scrutiny ensured alcoholic doctor's treatment didn't cheat death. Smile. Wait, no, that's a different. List. Here? Here's the one. Check it out. Heartily endorsed, David Louis at 2018, davidlouisgmail.com. Ret, give me an impossible pitch and a funnel. Yes, master. Fucking cyborg. Fuck. These role-playing bots never die. Could be others controlling them. For more insights, manipulate those 30,000 visual media posts in the series Taboo to cast to its Scandal sequel. Get ready before running. It may have hard reality, so brace your sensibilities and skip any icky paragraphs. Alright, DFU. Made it. You shivered reading bad news. Thrill?
I think that's good. That's good just to end for right now. Thank you to people in the chat room who seems to be another TV viewer. Caxi PS6 and Six Flags Magic Mountain. Maybe. I think. Maybe. Good night.